Let me share a story with you guys. Okay? Yesterday, there was a deal about Carnival Cruise, the ship line, stating they're going to stop letting people bring their mobility chairs and electric wheelchairs and stuff like that. Now, me and my wife went on vacation last week to Mississippi. I didn't take my electric wheelchair. I took my walker and my regular wheelchair, which when I'm in smaller venues, I can use things like that. Because I knew we were going to be in a small venue. But we're in huge venues like Walmart, or if we go to a big casino or something like that, or like the zoo or something like that, I take my electric wheelchair because it's more convenient. For Carnival Cruise Lines to tell you that you need to check with your booking agent and check with the line before you bring your electric wheelchair, or you may be turned away at the gate and you lose out on all that money and not be able to get on the cruise line and says, oh, well, you need to possibly look into getting a smaller electric chair that's more convenient for your staterooms. Okay? It's not that easy, folks. Because let me show you why it's not that easy. Okay, let me get to the point. Number one, when you were prescribed an electric wheelchair from a doctor, which I am prescribed an electric wheelchair from a doctor, they make a decision on what you are able to get. You don't get to choose your freaking wheelchair, okay? You don't get to choose whether it's compatible or whatever. They choose it to the way your condition is. And like Wednesday night, my wife let me use my regular wheelchair because we were at a small casino. She was pushing me around for a little bit, and then I started wheeling myself around. Guys, it's Saturday afternoon, and just me wheeling myself around just a little bit. It's Saturday afternoon. My arms still hurt like hell. And it's Saturday afternoon. I don't have the stamina to be able to walk long distances, is why I use a walker or a wheelchair or a mobility scooter. Or I wouldn't have an issue with this, but for the way they stated it and says you may be turned away if your wheelchair don't meet requirements to get on board, that's crap. That is not right. That is not cool. Because let me show you something. Let me flip this camera around, okay? This is my prescription electric wheelchair. Somebody comes over and assesses you from a medical staff team, and you are prescribed a wheelchair based off of basically your height, your size, things like that. I can't. The best I can do on making this smaller is there's a lever right here where I can put the seat down. There's a lever right here where I can put the seat down and load it on my ramp. We run it up on my ramp. I mean, for Carnival Cruise Line to sit there and say you need to have a smaller device that's compatible for our ships, or we can turn you away there, is a bunch of BS. Number one, cruises aren't cheap. Number two, for us to we were going to go on a cruise a couple of years ago. I'd won a cruise line through a casino, and all it was going to cost me was $100 deposit, and it got refunded once I got back. So anyway, so that was going to be great. We were going to do that, but at the time, my daughter was going to be graduating high school, and the day of graduation was this day set for us to ship out. So we canceled. We didn't go. We just decided not to do it. And then time ran out because I ended up having to have hip surgery and some other things wrong with me. I've got a lot of crap wrong with me, guys. I see 9 specialists. I just got a lot of shit going on. I see a regular doctor. I can walk a little bit of a short distance. And let me show you something else, okay? Let me show you something else. I can walk just a little bit. I'm walking out on my front porch. Okay. This right here, this ramp was built for me. It makes me scared to walk down this ramp without any kind of assistance. Even though it's made out of the wood where it's non-slick and I have sturdy shoes, even though this ramp is built really good and sturdy and safe, it still scares me to walk down it because, no bullshit, I'm a fucking fall hazard. I am a walking fall hazard. I can't walk long distances. I'm still kind of limping a little bit, and I had surgery on my knee well over a year ago. But my autoimmune disease keeps me from able to do a lot of things. So I depend on this. I depend on this chair a lot of the times. When I want to go to Family Dollar or go see my wife at work or whatever, I depend on this chair to get me there because I don't do a whole lot of driving. So for Carnival Cruise Line, for one of your marketing or your head of honchos to reach out to me by private message and explain to me if you have a prescription for a wheelchair, why it has to meet your standards when we don't have a say on how these were given to us. We have a lady here in town that uses a wheelchair, and she's only able to use her right hand. And that's due to I don't know what it, I do believe I was told it was from a car accident. So her wheelchair is set up to where when she rides it in town, if she's like in a store, hers will raise up to like the top shelf so she can reach things and stuff like that. But she can only use her right hand. She can't use her left hand. She uses her right hand to pull herself up and get on the toilet, pull herself up, get on the bed, things like that from the way I understood it and was told. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. I'm not saying the person's name, but you explain to me on this. This is what my insurance allowed me to get because of what I've got. I don't get to pick and choose of being more compactable. And you guys saying that if I drive 9 hours to your port and you tell me I got to go freaking home or leave the wheelchair to my vehicle, you think if I'm on a boat for 5 or 10 days or however long it is, you think I'm leaving it at my vehicle for a chance for somebody to steal the son of a bitch when it's a $5,000 wheelchair? You're crazy. So someone from marketing from Carnival Cruise Line or head honcho, you call me and you talk to me. Send me a personal message on here on TikTok. My real name is James. I go by Pop Pops Gaming. I've steered away from the gaming thing for a little bit because I've had some personal things going on, and I'll get back into that later on. But we don't have a say in the shit that's given to us by medical staff. And yeah, I can use a walker a little bit, but you know, my wife wants to enjoy the cruise too. She don't want to spend her whole freaking time pushing me around in a wheelchair. And I can do a little bit of walking and stuff like that, but I want to see stuff on my own, and I want to do things on my own, and her be able to run off and do things on her own. Because she's my wife. She's not my freaking maid. She's not my servant. She's my wife. And I know they say it's for sickness or health, but Jesus Christ, I mean, come on, use your brain. It's not like we have a say-so in this shit. So, someone from Carnival Cruise Line, send me a message. I'll give you my phone number. Call me and tell me how I'm supposed to, if I wanted to go on a cruise, if this is even eligible. You know? It says it has to meet requirements. It never got into what the measurements were or anything. It just says we can turn you away. This isn't illegal. It's not like I'm bringing drugs or anything on there. It's a way for me to get around in life. I'm sorry for the rant, but this is some bullshit. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video, and it will be something sports related, okay? This is Pop Pops Gaming out.